Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TigerHouseAtKicks.com, and this morning we're going to talk about the Jordan 1 low black cement. Now, a few weeks ago, we were treated to the Jordan 1 high elephant print. I actually did a review on that. I talked about resale and all that kind of stuff. And then we've also seen a bunch of shoes that were inspired by the black cement, especially the elephant print. Now, this is Jordan brand just trying to recycle some of their iconic colorways in these new variants. And guess what? It works for them. Okay, a lot of people actually like these. I was doing some research and the trend is incredible. People really want this shoe. So the shoe itself is built with the elephant print overlays, the cement print overlays on the forefoot. You can see it on the toe cap, on the heel, and you have your black nubuck underlays and then white swoosh logo. Again, it's a great shoe, and then the outsole is gray in keeping with the black cement 3. Now, the black cement 3 is a lot of people's favorite. I love this shoe myself. So this shoe right here is going to be a good one. All right. So this is a good one to have now. And actually, if you have this for a long time, which I'll show you in a little bit, you're probably going to be making some decent money if you were to sit on it for a little bit. Again, your eye stay and your tongue and its extension is built with the same nubuck material. You have perforations on the toe box and Nike Air logo on the outside of the tongue, Nike Air logo on the insole. Again, classic, nice shoe. I think it's gonna go down as one of the best low top Jordan 1s. Okay, now I'm surprised that this time the Jordan brand did not change the midsole to look aged. It's been something that they've been doing a lot, so I'm surprised they haven't done that with this shoe right here. All right, so now we're gonna discuss resale and all that. But before I actually discuss resale, the shoe costs about $140 in men's sizes, and for the ladies, it costs $120. I guess I'm not sure why there's a price difference and a price variance between the ladies and the men. Go figure. Jordan brand is always up to something. Because look, I'm going back here. These are the women's. The women are actually, I was wrong. The women are also 140. I guess it's the kid sizes are 120. Let's go back and check this out. Let's see. These are kid sizes. Oh, women's again. Ew, what is going on here? I guess Jordan brand, yeah, let's see. Men's and women are 140. So I was wrong on that. So men's are 140, women's are 140, and I think the kids, if they are coming out, are going to be 120, if I'm not mistaken. All right, now we're going to talk about who's getting it. Nike's getting it, DTLR is getting it, so you can check those. And I will have a link for you in the description in case you want to grab it on secondary market. Now we're going to talk about resale. Okay, so the first thing we want to discuss is we're going to talk about how the shoe is behaving on third-party marketplaces. So when I did my research this morning, I went and collected some data and I put it on my spreadsheet to try to see what was going on. So this is between June the 22nd and June the 23rd. As you can see, prices went from 152 down to 140 over 24 hours. So between yesterday and today, the shoe went down by like $12. Now it's still pretty much close to retail, which is great, especially for retailers, because you're going to be able to sell that shoe. They're going to be able to sell it really quickly. All right, so now let's discuss what this means in terms of the shoe. So I collected the data and I went and found my 5-number summary. Now the 5-number summary always gives you a better picture of what's going on. So if you can see here, the lowest the shoe sold for was 120 and the highest price was 221. So basically, let me go down here real quick. So that was a woman's size 9. That sold for 120. That's actually lower than retail. And then the highest was 221. That's a woman's size 13. Now 25% of the shoes sold between 120 and 140. That's like retail and under. And I'm going to show you the exact sizes that sold for those prices. And then half of the shoes sold between 140 and then 160.25. And then the remaining 25% sold between 160 and 221. Now, if you're trying to resell the shoe, that's probably where you want to be, between 160 and 221. Now, there were 2 outliers, and the outliers were 209 and 221, and those were for sizes 16 and a half and sizes 13 in women. Now, women's size 16 and a half and 13, that corresponds to size 14 in men and a size 11 and a half in men. So when I did the computer the average resale value, I took away the outliers because you don't want to put the outliers in there. So what's going to happen is going to pull your resale value. Is going to look a little bit high, and that's no reality. So I took them out because the outliers are really outliers. They're not supposed to really be. They are not the norm. This is why they call them outliers. So now your average resale value is 148, and that's with an 11% volatility. So you can expect about 70% of the shoes to sell between 124 and 164. Now at 148, you're looking at a $13 loss if you were trying to resell the shoe. Now there might be certain sizes that you may want to sell, so we're going to look at that now. So assume you want to sell a size, let's say a size 10. A size 10 will give you a $20 loss because he's selling for 141. A size 10 and a half, you lose about $24 because that sells for like 136. A size 11, you make no money, you break even. Okay. A size 11 and a half, you lose about $1. A size 12, you lose 20 because he's selling for 141. A size 12 and a half is selling for 142. Now size 13 went up to like 182, but that's probably just one or two sales. So that's not a size that you really want to like focus on too much because the sample size is too small. That generated a $17 profit. Now size 13 and a half, you lose about $6. He's selling for 156. A size 16 and a half, you make about 42. Now that's the only size that actually generated a decent profit. That's because it's not a common size. Size 14 is not common, so that's going to happen. Now smaller sizes, size 6 and a half, you lose about $37. That's like 122. Size 7 and a half, you lose about 23. That's 138. Size 8 and a half, that's interesting. You make about $7. Size 9, you lose about 13, and size 9 and a half, you lose about $21. Now, are there conclusions that we can make based on the data that we've gotten? Yes, I'm going to draw some conclusion. Okay. Now, as you can see, 79% of the sale, that is like 11 out of 14 sales generated losses. So smaller sizes actually lead to more substantial losses. So you don't want to focus on like sizes 6, 6 and a half, 7, 8, 8 and a half. So one sale led to like a $7 profit. That's a moving size 8 and a half. And then sizes 13 and sizes 16 and a half, they were outliers and they generated $17 and $40, $42 respectively. So is there any conclusions? Well, unless you are able to get the shoe for like less than retail at a Nike employee store, I would not recommend reselling the shoe. Now, if you're a day trader, this is not a shoe you want to resell because you're not going to make money. That's just not going to happen. Most sizes are selling between 120 and 140, some at 160. So even at 160, you're still looking at a loss or break even. But here's the thing. If you're selling the sizes 12 and above, you might be able to make some money. But that's still really, really unlikely. You might make like $15 or a little more. But as far as like the long term is concerned, this is a shoe that you definitely want to focus on if you have money to sit on. Now, if you have capital and you can invest, then yes, you should go ahead and buy at least like maybe 10 or 12 pairs, larger sizes. You sit on them for 14 or 18 months, they might hit the low 200, which means you're going to be making about $40 or $45 in profit. If you want to wait 2 years to make that much money, okay, that's you, okay? But I would not recommend reselling the shoe right now. That's just not a good time to resell sneakers because there's too many shoes coming out. I'll show you an example. Let me go to this thing here. I'll show you something here. Look, let's look here. I just want to show you the status of the sneaker industry. Look, and just on 23rd, 24th, you have these shoes. On the 20th, you have this one. On the 30th, you have the Quiet 54 2. And then on the 30th, you have this Jordan 7 infrared trash. Now, July 6th, you have your metallic foam posit. Now, that's a good one. Now, past releases. Look, in just how many shoes are you going to drop? Look at that. That's just way too many. So if I count this, let me count between, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16, between the 16 times 6, that's about, I can run my number, 16 times 6, 6 and 6, that's 36. That's like almost 96 pairs of shoes in 22 days. You tell me, how you gonna be able to buy all these shoes? This is why stuff is sitting. Okay, I actually wrote an article on that, and I would like you to read it if you have time, because this is really important. This is good for buyers. If you're a buyer, this is a buyer's market, because you'll be able to now get shoes for like the low, because everything is sitting unless you really have something that's so limited. But for the most part, shoes are sitting. So that's a good time to be a buyer, because you're gonna be able to get a lot of things for the low. Okay, so I wrote an extensive article on resale. You can check it. I'll give you a link in the description. I'll talk about the current status of resale and then retail as well. So you want to check it out. All right. So if you like this video, please give it a like, share it. And if you have any questions concerning any shoe that you want me to talk about, please send me a message and I'll do that. All right. And again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff.